A Rotarian for 34 years, Dushan Soza began in Rotary as a charter member of Rotary Club of Colombo East. Appointed as the district governor for RID 3220 in Sri Lanka in 2018-2019, he strived to make Rotary relevant to the communities it served. Rotary International invited him to carry out an assignment in Evanston, a rare occurrence for a serving governor of that year. He has spearheaded many projects, one of which was an innovative OV trap to tackle the menace of dengue. A graduate in electrical and electronic engineering from University of Reading, UK, his professional assignments took him to France, UK, India and Philippines. As MD, he had led the BPO WNS Global Services in Sri Lanka and also served on the board of the Export Development Board, SLASCOM and SoftLogic Finance. At present, his consulting firm BPM One Private Limited focuses on digital disruptions and process automations. A cricketer of considerable repute, he first captained his school team for 2 consecutive years, winning championship honours, and then went on to captain the Sri Lanka Under-19 national team. He was also the first overseas student to captain the University of Reading First 11 team and has played for the combined British universities and NCC and Tamil Union in Sri Lankan first-class cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Rotary International President Mark Maloney's representative to District-3142, DISCON Anant Drishti, Sri Lankan District 3220 IPDG Dushan Soza.
Thank you for arranging this lovely AV based on a brief CV that I sent. And I must say that the days preceding this conference, your branding team, they had made many Facebook entries, and some of these have gone viral in Sri Lanka. And one of them was depicting me as James Bond, and I'm walking out of a crash site with a lot of hair on my head and a fresh face. So this has gone viral, and everybody in Sri Lanka is wanting to know, what the District 3142 is. I'm really happy to be here, and it's a pleasure to represent the RI President Mark Maloney and his gracious wife Gay, Maloney and I. We've been here since 2 days back. So firstly, I must say that, you're talking about cricket. Cricket has allowed me to connect with many people in my life. I've been playing cricket for the last 35 years, and as you know, both our countries have a very close passion and connection to this game of cricket. Every time we meet with people, whether we meet with people from your country or within your own country, almost evidently a conversation leads towards cricket and it ends up with cricket. So I believe that I've been fortunate to be blessed with certain talents in my younger days. Having captained the Sri Lanka Under-19 and 23 teams, I have made many friends over the years, and even in Mumbai, I met several of your Indian past cricketers, and I've had the pleasure of spending some time with them. I'm not a stranger to your country. I've lived here for about 2.5 years, way back in the year 2002 to 2005, when I was working for a company called WNS. It's a BPO operation, which is located in Ghatkopar at the Godrej Park, and I'm living in Powai in the Hiranandani Gardens. And there's one incident I want to share with you of the many memories I have of Mumbai, and that was when my friend Ranjan Madhugalya, I'm sure most of you know him as a match referee, a premier match referee in the world today. He was here in India during that time to officiate the match between England and India, which was being played at the Wankhede Stadium. And I invited him for dinner, and he told me, I'm coming to your place only on one condition, that you drop me back in the hotel by 9 p.m. because we have a deadline to get in there, and all the paparazzi is waiting to capture anybody who comes late, with whom they're coming back, and so on. So I want to go back alone, and I had to be there by 9 o'clock. So I said, no problem, you come, let's have some fun together. So he came to our place, we had dinner, and I had a company car at that time, and I knew how to get to Mumbai, but not back out of Mumbai, because of the Eastern Expressway and straight down to Colaba. So I drove him down Eastern Expressway, and halfway through, time was about 8:15 p.m., we had a puncture. So on the Eastern Express, in a complete darkness, I parked the car on the side. Then he asked me, Dushan, do you know how to manage the? I said, I'm an engineer by profession, I should be able to change the tire surely. So I took the tire out of the boot and tried to fit the tire, and there was no air in the spare tire as well. So we were well and truly stranded now in the middle of nowhere on the Eastern Expressway. We tried to hitch a few lifts, nobody stopped. And then we saw a light in the faraway distance about 500 meters from where we were. And both of us walked there, and lo and behold, it was a little house, and at the back of it was a tire shop. And they were doing tire repairs. So it's just that luck had us stop in there. And then of course they went and got the tire changed and got the spare tire changed. We got to the hotel sharp by 9 p.m. and had to take him to the rear entrance and drop him off where the goods entrance is taken. So he went through there. District Governor Mohan and His Gracious First Lady Veena, Past President Santosh, Chairman of the conference, President of your host club, Rajesh, District Governor nominee, Dr. Sandeep, District Governor-elect Dr. Sandeep, and District Governor nominee, Dr. Mayuresh. By the way, it's all doctors in this district, I see. Rotary International Past Director, Ashok Mahajan, District Governor of District-3141, Hachit, my own colleague, IPTG Ashish Ganguly, with whom I share a very close relationship, being his batchmate and his spouse, Nandita. Galaxy of past governors who are present here today, past presidents, members of Rotary, ANS, Friends of Rotary and Friends in Rotary. It was about a year back that our president, Mark Maloney, came up with the team Rotary Connects the World. And he talked about the incredible opportunities that Rotary gives us or connects us with people and places that otherwise would never have been possible. He himself found that this statement to be very prophetic because during his Rotary year, he visited many places, having circumvented the world twice. And he says that he will do it one more time before his tenure is over. He's been to many countries, from Uruguay to Uganda, from New Zealand to New York, from Vietnam. Vietnam is not a Rotary country, but he's been there as well. So he's been all over the world. And he says that this team brought home the message that Rotary truly connects one another across boundaries, because he himself and his spouse Gay had experienced this firsthand across the world in all his travels. And he says that you don't have to be a Rotary president to achieve that. We as Rotarians within the Rotary network can connect with people anytime, anywhere, as seen recently between our two districts, that is my district of 3220 and your district 3142. The immediate past District Governor Ashish Ganguly, when requested for a sum of $25,000 for a foundation grant, he immediately gave it to our Rotary International President, Ravi, who was here as a guest of last year's conference. And that money, plus all the other contributions we received, helped us to build Sri Lanka's first national institute for children who are differently abled. And this institution not only hosts or gives accommodation to some of these children, but also acts as a daycare center and as a training school to train teachers and other care managers to carry on the work successfully. So thank you very much, Ashish Ganguly and Nandita and the members of this district for helping my own district to connect with you through this institute. We had the formal opening only last week when the President of Sri Lanka, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who was a newly elected president, made it his first official visit to open any organization or any institution. His first visit was to the national hospital that we had built, the National Care Center, and it received massive publicity being his first visit. There was on every single TV channel, on news, as well as the newspapers. So that's what Rotary has done, and that's the branding that Rotary has brought to our country, along with the relationships of both our countries, both our districts. So when you analyze this word connection, I think it has a very, very deep meaning. President Mohan gave us some interpretation of what he felt connection was, but today I would like to share in the next few minutes what I feel. How do we connect with people? I feel that connection is somewhat a scientific attribute. Not everybody can very easily connect with people because of the soft skills and their personalities and language barriers and so many other things. So how do you connect with people? Now, for example, yesterday when I checked in at the hotel, I was filling the form for contact number. So I wrote the contact number and that was it. So there is a huge difference between contact and connection. So is there a formula that will help us to connect better, or is there a framework that we can use? And I find that the framework is in Rotary itself, and that's the four-way test. So the four-way test was created by Herbert J. Taylor, Rotarian Herbert J. Taylor, way back in 1932. This four-way test from 1932 to today has stood the test of time because it speaks of moral behavior and ethical behavior void of any culture or in religion. It talks about testing your own character and be truthful. So the first item in the four-way test is it the truth? And if we don't speak the truth, how can we connect with people? If you want to connect with people, you have to be speaking the truth all the time in a very ethical manner. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We know that the way we speak and way we act with one another, we know whether it's going to be beneficial or not, or whether it's going to have any impact with the words we speak with one another. So we have to be very mindful through this framework of the four-way test. If we follow that, I believe we can connect with anybody, anywhere in the world. Is it the truth? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better relationships? So these four tests that have been created for in our lives, if we practice this in our day-to-day life, we will be able to connect with everyone that we touch, our families, our Rotarians across the world. The Rotary framework itself will provide that background with the connections to the Rotarians elsewhere. And this is why that this theme of Rotary International President Mark Maloney is so powerful and so timely. And I remember that our own Rotary International President Ravi, when I asked him what was the most challenging task you had as a Rotary International President, he said it was to come out with a theme. Because he had to come out with a theme that had never been used before, that no organization has used before. If you use something that has been used before, you are bound to be sued for millions of dollars. So as an organization, international organization, you have to come up with a unique theme. And in his year, he came up with the theme, be a gift to the world. And in my Rotary year, the theme was, be the inspiration. And this year, we all know our theme is, connect the world. And this connecting the world would then continue to open opportunities, which is our next year's theme. So if you look at all the Rotary themes that have come through the years, it is all interconnected, leading from one point to another point, and you can build a lovely story out of all those themes that have come out over the last 10, 15 years. And without taking too much of your time, I would like to close my little session, speech, by thanking host, smart District Governor Mohan and Veena, and my aide, Dr. Mahesh, and his spouse, and Vikram, past President Vikram, who helped me in the early times when I was here, myself and my wife. Thank you very much for the time taken, and I'm really proud to be here sharing this vision, sharing your infinite vision. I'll go back and talk about it at my home as well, and in the Rotarians in Sri Lanka, a great district conference thus far. And let me end by thanking all of you on behalf of my wife Manori and myself for the great grand courtesies that you have extended towards me. On behalf of RI President Mark Maloney, I'm really delighted to be here, and thank you very much. I wish you all the very best for the rest of the conference.